the promised land. Feel your heartbeat and don't be scared. 'Cause I'll be there, yes I'll be there. You and I, we can fly anywhere you wanna go. Find a place we can hide, we can make it on our own. Go along for the ride, to the stars just follow. You and I, side by side, dancing in your halo.
Bangers. Hello. What's up, YouTube? How you doing? How are you doing? As price is ranging, as we at the moment expect, but we're going to look into the price section, of course, in this live stream. And yeah, schedule basically, we're going to go over the time frames and Elliott waves, of course. We're going to zoom into the local price section, see if we can figure out what is happening, right? And then we get to the chatting session, which is always enjoyable, no? Always enjoyable. So, okay, let's put you guys on the screen, though. And girls, by the way. Ersin Yilmaz, first indeed. The first to write something. Yes, I did it. Your son made it, Mom. And you are on screen as well in the live stream. So you can share the link with your mom. Hi, Mom of Ersin as well. How are you doing? I hope you are doing very well. On this beautiful day, as in the Netherlands for once, it's not raining now. Actually, yesterday was a decent day as well. Today as well, sun shining, not bad. But your son is on screen. Flotty, how you doing? Good to have you here as well. All the orange hearts. I always know if Flotty arrives because of all the hearts that are being shared. X, what's up? Raymond, how you doing? Tim, whoop whoop. Samith, how you doing? Good to have you here once again as well. Tim, Zoe doesn't understand live. Could you say hi, Zoe? I could say hi, Zoe. Hallo, Zoe. Hoe gaat het? We hebben elkaar pas geleden nog gezien bij de verjaardag van Matthijs. Ja? En nou zie je me online. Tim is a real-life friend of mine, and one of his kids is called Zoe. And she doesn't really understand. She's young, right? She doesn't really understand what being live is and interacting with people online. And recently I was at a birthday of a friend of ours, so we were both there, and he had his kids with him as well. So I spoke to Zoe there. But now I can talk to her online, right? Virtually as well. So there you go. Pleasure. Abdul Karim Abu Naji, I'm doing very well. Thank you. Nadiri, what's up? How you doing? How are you doing, Abdul Karim? How are you? Jen, what's up? Hello? Wait. Hello from Leidschendam. Ah, the Netherlands, I can imagine. Leidschendam. Welcome. Ooh, what a name. Met jou mooi tode, Fibo. I just call you Fibo. Veronika Zayak, hi from Poland. Welcome. Been to Poland once for skiing with a friend of mine. Okay, so what we're gonna do is go over Elliott waves, then get back to chatting. And shortly, by the way, before people got confused based on my post yesterday, I was on radio in the Netherlands. David, by the way, David G. How you doing, my G? Hello from Shanghai. Broncas, buenos dias desde España. What's up, Broncas? How you doing? But shortly, I was on radio yesterday. I'm in the news quite structurally in the Netherlands. So, of course, I made a joke online, not that one. I have to speak tonight. So tonight at 7 p.m., or I have to make an update just before I have to leave. But I have to speak tonight. So less likely that there will be an update. I'm not completely sure. But I can't record at 7. If I record something, it's going to be at like 5 or something, you know. So not sure if I do an update tonight because I got to speak. But of course, the first post was, I got to go to a national radio station, Radio 1. I got to, talk about GTA 6 in the studio. And the topic was also around parents and gaming children, which is one of my niche expertises. And then, of course, as a joke, I said, Bitcoin 500K, follow Koens Trading for more info. On YouTube, like on Discord, it's below one another. On YouTube, those were two separate posts. So I can imagine that maybe people that did not see post 1 saw post 2. Now, as far as I know, no one, like everyone understood it was a joke, but I just want to explain it. So here I was sitting on that chair over there when I went live. And yeah, it's fun, right? National news is always interesting as well. And I actually, I mean, if you Google my name, you'll find my website very easily, which is not crypto trading website. But so far, I still have to update the list. We have about 300 something news related stuff going on. The first one, the first one was NOS, I believe, ever. Oh no, wait, that's TV. So the first one ever here, 2014. So I think we're at like around 350 news related stuff, because I haven't been updating the list, gotta say, only recently. So I gotta up my game here. But yeah, news. Always enjoy talking to media and share what I enjoy doing. So, Elliott Waves. I have not yet been in the news regarding Elliott Waves nor trading, actually. It's always been my other expertise, which is the gaming and the esports industry. Hey, in this range, right, I was basically looking for a couple of levels. And first, order block. This high over here is the high of a single Prince area. It basically acts the same as a gap. Can be an area of resistance. Then we had the double bottom over here and the 30-minute gap. Now, the double bottom got wicked just before going live here. A bit of a reaction to the upside. So what we're going to do is remove this from the chart now, right? And also remove everything, really. There we go, clean chart. We like to see it. Target boxes. We are now on top of the white box, right, which is now going to act as support. And we have the yellow one as resistance, 45 to 46, right? For me, this high over here, it's a nice little wick, but it did not hit any relevant areas for me. And I do like to see big turnarounds or pivot points made at the bigger resistance areas. So definitely probability-wise, from that perspective, also upside. But of course, from an Elliott Wave perspective as well, which is what we're going to talk about in this video. What's up, Nietzsche? How you doing, man? How you doing? Watty as well. Good to see Watty around once again. What are you guys doing during the day? Like, you don't have to work. Look at all of you watching it. Like, I mean, I'm live in the middle of the day, but always people here. Good to see. Anyway. Let's move these to the bottom. I feel like TradingView is lagging a little bit as well. Oh yeah, for sure. So what I'm gonna do is quickly save this and refresh. Always helps. Okay, that's a lot better. So let's get started. Maybe that's for later. I won't go through everything in detail because, of course, in the videos, right? That's the thing, right? As long as in the videos, I cover medium time frame, low time frame, all that stuff. The thing is that if Bitcoin pumps, from an Elliott Wave point of view, you can't bring too much new information. You can look for the resistance areas. We can look for the local ranges, right? But like from an Elliott Wave point of view, what you're waiting for is this. You're going to be waiting for a range, because eventually you will always get a range. And the range is what's going to tell you probabilities for up or downside, right? Now, at the moment, we know the probabilities, right? Because of the pump and because of the small ranges, and we're still looking for some bigger ranges to form as well. So probabilities remain higher to see a bit more upside still. We have some resistance as well, and we're going to zoom into what happens locally. But from an Elliott Wave point of view, these are usually very relaxed days because there's not too much changing. There's not too much going on, except if you want to zoom into the 1 min, 5 min, 15 min, there's always stuff going on. But on the higher time frames, if you look at this being the most recent impulse here, you're at least going to be waiting for a range equal to the size of this one eventually. Of course, a wave 4 can be shorter if wave 2 is a bit long, but usually a wave 4 is quite similar in size to 2 or longer in time compared to 2. So, and at the moment, if we look here, right, there's no there's no range yet that at least equals even this size, right? Or this size. So that is eventually what we're going to wait for. And of course, once we get a range, yeah, we might get a bit of a move to the downside, but it's a wave 4. So we're going to go over the targets for a wave 4, the resistance that I'm keeping an eye on, and what happens locally. But it does mean that, you know, whenever we look at the medium time frame stuff, both bearish and bullish as shown this morning, there's not too much changing. It's a waiting game. Right? It's a waiting game. We're just waiting for a high to be made. And in this scenario, we're waiting for a wave 4 to the downside. Now, just look how deep this wave 4 is, but it can still be a wave 4, even if it goes all the way down here in the bullish scenario. Main reason this is the bullish scenario is because we expect a 5 to the upside. But here at the moment, right, this wave 4, or at least a wave 4 tends to retrace or likes to retrace to the wave 4 of a lower degree, which is the blue one here. Now, this price action of this wave 4 in blue is this green box, right, between 38 and 34.7K. If I pull fibs from the low of the green 2 here to the current high that we have with the expectation, we do find still a little bit higher prices to come. And I toggle on the wave 4 fibs, right, the target area for your wave 4. Then the most common target area is the 236 to the 05. Perfectly aligned still, the 382 and the 05 with that green zone, right? So a deep retracement, still wave 4 potential, right? But as price is going to move to the upside, what's going to happen is that these fibs will move to the upside as well. And if we then open some target areas, golden box over here, right? Well, fibs don't change too much, but as we move to the upside, and imagine we're going to reach, let's say, 50K before we get any wave 4, right? 49.5, I mean, 48 to 50K is an important area. But what you're going to see is that only the 0.5 is going to be in confluence with the top of the box, and the 0.618 is at the low, and the 0.618 is an invalidation for a wave 4, right? I mean, officially, it might be a very incredibly rare target. For me, it's an invalidation. It's just like you never see that stuff, right? It's just an invalidation, really. So yeah, you can see that it matters how high we go for the drop that comes. But once the drop comes, right, it doesn't mean we're in a very strong bear market again. So bullish scenario, we are waiting. We are waiting for the blue 5 to end. In the more bearish scenario, we're waiting for the green 5 to end. That's the difference. It's an Elliott Wave degree difference, where here you're going to be waiting for green 5. And then, yes, we also still expect a retracement to the downside eventually, right? As price goes up, eventually it also comes down again. And then the question will become, how does it move to the downside? To get the better probabilities between the bull and a potential continuation down bearish, right? That would be most bearish, ABC down, or 1, 2, 1, 2 up, right? So that's something we have to see at that moment in time. How does price move to the downside? Is it corrective? Is it impulsive? How does it fit in the bigger picture, which is something I cover in the cycle, macro, and high time frame videos that I do every Sunday. You can find the playlist on YouTube where I talk about the bearish and the bullish scenario as well. So patience game. Zooming in though, things start to become a bit more fun because there's a lot more happening, no? So here, this is the end of your wave 4, either in green or in blue, meaning either in the bullish count, right? In the bullish count, that's the low of your 4. You look for 5, 4, 5, no? And in the bearish count, that's your green 4, you go up for 5. So that's then the end of your corrective structure here. And we're looking for an impulse to the upside from that low. So here, 1, 2, continuation up. Now, wave 3 can extend to very high levels, 1.6. And what you like to see, by the way, around these fibs, it's very common to see some sort of a range, retest, resistance. Like, that's why the only ones I always have on my chart for an extended wave 3 is the 1.618, 2, 2.618, 3, 3.618, 4, 4.618, 5. It's always these that I use because they are so incredibly well respected for a wave 3. 1.618 is passed. What does it do? Retest, move to 2, right? Bit of a move down, bullish CVD, moves up. Where does it stop? At the 2.618. Bit of a range below the 2.618 now. If we pass the 2.618, 3, pass the 3, 3.618. That's how I'm moving towards the upside. I keep an eye on these levels. Of course, in between, we have the resistance areas. Now, this one offered no resistance whatsoever. Quite interestingly, there was a weekly naked point of control here at 43,450. No resistance whatsoever, just pumped through, potential retest continuation. Up here, right, we have that yellow box, 45.2 to 46K, and then we get to the blue areas here, right, 47.2, 47.5 is the next one above. So this is where things, of course, get interesting. Now, after this wave 3 is finished, we then expect a 4 and a 5, right? So we want to see ranges that are quite similar to the ones that we had over here at the lows. We are at least forming some ranges, but what you can also see is that volume is still moving up. Price moving up, volume moving up as well, where the volume candle here is higher than the one we had here as well. So probabilities are still higher to look for at least another high as a bare minimum, because what we prefer to see in an impulse, and wave 3 of course by itself has to be an impulse in a 5-wave structure, is that the highest amount of volume is on your wave 3. So you at least want to see another wave 4 down, another 5 up on lower volume. So eventually a 4, another 5 up on lower volume. That would be a minimum that we prefer to see in an impulsive structure. So we don't end on the highest volume, right? Which is something that I sometimes talk about, not with this folder, this one over here, where the beginning, volume quite neutral, you get the push, volume moves to the upside. Eventually you want to see some 4-5s, 4-5, 4-5, 4-5, and then volume eventually moving to the downside as price is forming the 4-5s to the upside, right? Now inside this white, yellow, wave 3, we are then looking for a white count, right? This is a lower degree count. So in Elliott waves, there are different degrees, and the degrees are bound to time as well, time frames and time in general. So a lower Elliott wave degree is counted on a lower time frame, right? I will stay on the 4-hour, but it just means in this case that you have the 2 and the 3 here, and inside this wave 3, we are looking for the wide count, 1, 2, 3, 4, and eventually 5, right? Currently then working on wave 3, again here, the 4 has been hit very nicely. Wick inside the 4, currently ranging a bit as well. 4.618 above, 45.5K. Now eventually we're going to be looking for a wave 4 that is quite similar in length compared to this wave 2. It's like counting all the individual waves here, it becomes a bit of a thing. Like, is the question, could this be over here a potential 3, 4, 5? You know, always has potential, but if I then look at the volume, this is currently your highest amount of volume. So probabilities would be for that to still be part of a wave 3. So we have to observe, but one thing is for sure, we are quite high now. Of course, we had quite a push to the upside, right? In general, quite a big move to the upside. And if we compare the volume here with what we have now, we are slowing down. So late longs should watch out. Early shorts should also watch out, right? So you definitely need a plan and certain probabilities, entry requirements, definitely not FOMOing, YOLOing and all that stuff based on emotions usually. Because, you know, shit happens a lot, unfortunately. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you look at the targets for this wave 4, pulled from the low to the high here, 236 to the 05. That's your area of interest. 43.2 to 41.2K. This is interesting over here. Support if price does jump into this gap now, by the way. Because we have a current weekly and current monthly point of control there. So this week, most volume has been traded here. This month, so far, this is the highest traded volume area as well. We'll see, no? Because locally, if we then zoom into the white 3, there you go again. We actually now have to go to lower time frames. We are looking for the pink 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So you can build impulse upon impulse, but that's the thing. Wave 1, 3, and 5 are by themselves impulses. Wave 2 and 4 are corrective structures. So inside this wave 3, I mean, potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finished, right? And we're looking for 4. And then the lowest degree wave 4 that I have on my chart is the pink box here, 43.5 to 41.8, invalidation, 41K here. If price moves to the invalidation, we go up in time frame. We go to 4, and eventually we go to yellow, or to white and then to yellow. So, but yeah, probabilities generally are still higher for price to move to the upside. Let me see, what's this? Oh wait, I need to go up. Right, oh, I can remove the micro, we've already had that. So let's zoom in then. Couple of things, right, that I was looking for. I mean, we didn't have this price action in the YouTube video, of course, but we did have the 30-minute gap. That's the thing with the live streams, I can go a lot more in depth, right? With the YouTube videos, it's more like short, concise. But here I can go more in depth. So this order block resistance has been hit once. You can expect if price comes back up here, it's going to fail. Then we have one more line left, 44.419, which is the beginning of the single prints of this candle. So generally still expecting, zooming out, expecting price to move to the upside. Wick to double bottom, swing failure pattern, always interesting. If we go down, 30-minute gap high is interesting. So on the 30-minute. Gaps also in a trending environment, gaps are very nicely respected usually as well. So it can provide a bit of support, a bit of a bounce, maybe continuation. If we do come back and close candles here, then we are going to be looking for price to move down and at least fill the gap that we have over here. So that's what I'm looking for. That's also what I was looking for here. Oh, and yeah. So, order block, keeping an eye on the double bottom and the 30-minute gaps. All right. So the double bottom has been hit now. So from an Elliott Wave point of view, then what are we actually looking at, right? I'm going to keep this on the chart. Now this is very low time frame stuff, right? 5 minute, 15 minute. Let's see if we have any CVD divergences. Nope. And also locally, no divergences, no bearish, no bullish divergences. Both side, nothing happens. So one thing that we know for sure is that this move, of course, is a corrective structure now. It's not an impulsive structure. The low got taken. Now we need to have one more bearish and one more bullish scenario. So it was just a thought I had before, but a potential A, B, C could have been on the cards, still can be. Which of course is a bullish scenario, as you then expect a move back up eventually. Where you have your wave A in then a diagonal. Now let's measure. Right, A, then you get your B, and then C. Arguably, we might still be working on wave B here as well. For a wave C, I think we did hit the 0.618, taken from the, misclick from the high to the low to the high. And we actually just missed out on hitting the 0.618. Now, I do know that my chart apparently, or Coinbase, has quite a high wick, no? I see. This is the Bybit chart, so let me do the same pool here. Because there's a big difference now between a couple of charts. But also here, yes, we hit the 0.618, which is a rare target for a wave C, right? Probabilities. Common target is the 1 to the 1.236. And on this chart, it is a nice confluence with the 30-minute gap low as well. So that remains interesting, right? It's just an area of interest. We always have to observe the reactions, see how price reacts to a certain area, stick to your plan strategy. In my case, I like to be patient, very patient trader. And I need a couple of hours before anything happens, really. So big difference between the charts, which means big difference for the pools as well. Can this be an ABC? Yeah, I mean, the 0.618 is still a target. But if that is the case, I want to see a buildup of bullish CVD divergences as price is moving to the upside. So if we are looking for continuation, I'm going to be looking for bullish CVD divergences, right? Bit of a structured move to the upside, retracement down, bullish CVD up. Same as we had here. So here, price is moving up, but look at CVD, yellow, moving down, right? Price is moving up, CVD moving down. There's absorption going on. And that is what you want to see. At the moment, it's completely neutral, right? It's way too early as well. And that would be, of course, most bullish, A, B, C, finish, continuation. But this is a rare target, lowering the probabilities that is the correct count. And therefore, I said also that this over here can still be part of a potential B itself. Now, let's go back to my chart. Up. Hello, thank you. 15. We are, of course, in a bullish environment. So if it goes, it goes, right? No problemo. But we have to at least consider the opportunity of moves down. Any short is, of course, against the trend. So make sure you have a great plan, a good strategy, and entry requirements if you go against the trend, right? Because the trend is simply still to the upside. The trend is your friend till the end. Until the end, eventually, you're going to get your ass kicked in the long and you're going to be stopped out. And maybe that's when the trend changes, of course. I mean, not for scalpers. It's like 1 minute trend changes, but on a higher time frame, no? So potentially, we still have an A, B, C. A, B, C, hit the 30-minute gap and then move. 30-minute gap remains just very, very interesting. Losing that, and then we're going to quite quickly are looking for this range here. So because there's not too much support, of course. In a gap, it's just the high of the gap that's the support, which is this area here. The moment you close candles here, probabilities are you go to the downside and hit 42.4. Just a simple then like support resistance area, basically. A little 3-min bullish CVD almost played out. So let's see, maybe we get some fireworks if price moves to the upside, right? But this is at least a scenario to keep in mind. Usually when a range is just starting, I don't tend to keep scenarios in folders because things change so much because you don't have too much structure yet, right? This can be a wave A to the downside, eventually B, C, A, B, short C. W, let me hear, 3, 3. No, if this would be a zigzag in like a double zigzag, This would be a WXY, and a WXY is not allowed in a wave W, only in a wave A, which means this then has to be a wave A, and then that means you have to look for a wave B, but that is not a zigzag. Then we are thinking about a flat, but that is something price, it's not high enough, regular flat. So if we think about this being corrective in zigzags, WXY, it can't be a wave W, so it has to be A, B flat C. There's no other option in that case. So at the moment, probabilities for me would be higher to classify this as a 5 waver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, correction. Arguably, 1, 2, 3, correction. This is 5-minute stuff. Usually not really 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we can have a 5 waver in here. 5, correction, 5, correction, 5. That would work better as a leading diagonal, I suppose. I prefer staying on the 15-minute or higher. So we go to the chatting section soon. We are now at the value area high. So at the beginning of a new range, I usually not really count in detail. I like to use the volume profile, arguably, or sometimes you see me pull ranges as well. But usually the volume profile is on first. And then the count will show itself, right, as price is evolving. Volume remains low in this range so far. So I'll go into chatting in a section in a second. But a flattened wave B is incredibly rare in a bigger flat. So a wave B flat in a bigger flat has very low probabilities to then be that the whole thing is then a flat, based on the newest rules of Elliott Wave International. So if you have your wave A, your wave B, and your wave C, if your wave B is also a flat, right? So you get a small A, B, and then a wave C, probabilities are very low, very, very low that this is a flat, right? So preferably you have to think about other stuff first. So yeah. Can we count this anything else? This is not a, of course, it's not a flat, it's not a triangle. 1, 2, 3. This would be a very long 4 if this is your 2, and there's overlap between 1 and 4, so we can't count this as like 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it doesn't make sense. So it makes more sense that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C finished, or we are looking for a longer B, which, you know, I would prefer. If this is your low of C, it's so shallow. 0.618 touch, but hey, we had it here as well. A, B, C, 0.618 hit liftoff. But we saw bullish CVD divergences as price was grinding up. And at the moment, we don't see anything yet on a 15-minute chart. It's quite complex to know exactly this move here. Double zigzag, ABC, correction, ABC, that has potential. So let me quickly put this on the chart. As we are puzzling. No. So from the low to the high to the low. Okay, below the 1.618, above the 1.236. That's fine. So that has potential. Which means, of course, you could have a potential A, B, C in here. Should not forget. My fibs, of course, because of my chart, are a little bit odd. So on my chart, the golden pocket is in confluence with this white line, the beginning of the single print. But on the Bybit chart, I bet it's going to be like an 886 touch or something. Yeah, pretty much. So that's a big difference. All I'm saying is I'm not yet sure that the low of this range is in. Or at least if the range is in, I guess that might be a better one. But these are all bullish scenarios, of course, right? Where we are looking for corrective structure now and then a move towards the upside again. The bearish scenarios, as in like this would be a 1, 2, and 1, 2, and eventually a 3 down. Just in general, when you zoom out, right, it has a lower probability, and it's all probabilities. Nothing is impossible, but hey, probabilities would suggest that whatever happens in this range, we are still going to take that high. Especially as also the high on this chart went to 45k, and other charts have such a small little thing here, right? A little wick. But yeah, the target area for the impulse is still pretty big. We're only at the 236. But for a range, we are on top of support, the white box. And we still have the 30-minute gap below. So let's see how that pans out. Let's put the chat on the chart. Chatting. It actually starts to get really warm now. 1 second. Open up some windows, no? Okay. Wait, where's chat? There we go. Okay, what's up, everyone? We are into the chatting section. We're going to, of course, continue to observe what price is doing here, right? Let's summarizing the probabilities. Medium time frame, 12-hour, we still look for more upside, right? Zooming into the low time frame, 1 to 4 hour, we're still looking for more upside. And on the micro here in the range, potential ABC that is finished on top of the 0.618, grabbing the liquidity, move up. But I'm not yet confident about it being the end. I want to see more proof of support. That's what I always say as well. So I want to see more proof of support for price to continue up, because I still have the 30-minute gap here in my mind as well. And if we're looking for an A, B, C, then this wave B would be so incredibly short as well. But I mean, anything possible. It's not too it is shorter than the 0.618, but yeah, potentially ABC finished continuation, but I'm not in shorts anyway, so if it goes, it goes. Pum, pum, pum. Hard work never killed anyone. Why risk it? What's working hard or hardly working? Just woke up after a night shift and having a couple of days off. That sounds very nice. What do you do? Like a night shift? It's not too many jobs that have night shifts. So. Roller, goedemiddag. How are you doing? Good morning. Hello, chat. A micro local update already happened. You were there. Stop being stupid. No matter how bullish this is, it's going to come down sooner than you think. More like ABC structures to the upside to me on high time frame. On the high time frame, if you go to the daily, that is still a possibility, which I cover in the cycle macro high time frame video that you can find on my channel in the playlist on the homepage. So if you zoom out, then the potential ABC is there, but locally it's very much impulsive, right? So on a daily time frame, probably what you're looking for or at is this, right? A, B, C. Yes, that's still on the cards, potentially, right? As well as the more impulsive bullish scenario. You still both are very valid. More locally, we're clearly looking for more of an impulsive structure here at the moment, as it stands. If this would be a wave A, wave B, and a wave C, right? That would be funny. But imagine it's a double zigzag, right? So you're then going to have yourself a W, a wave X, and a Y double zigzag structure, which of course would then result in that, right? That's going to be your conclusion. This is a WXY double zigzag, unless it's going to be one big as massive leading diagonal where a double zigzag is allowed in a wave one of a big diagonal, but then you're going to get it proportional, right? In proportion, it doesn't fit with everything we've had before, that you get such a big massive diagonal to the upside, right? So yeah, then I would, WXY is one, and if you have a potential zigzag here, then you can end on high volume, because a wave C likes to end on high volume, like it's a fake wave 3, but it's actually a C, and then it turns around, right? Catching people out. So it's something we still need to have in our minds. Yeah, good that you think about it. Probability wise, at the moment though, we're still looking for upside, even if you would be working on a wave C. But yeah, I mean, we grabbed the double bottom, we're moving up, right? Liquidity taken. Let's see what's up. Justin Chu, how are you doing? Red and Black Poker Club. What's his name on Discord? He changed it to Justin Chu. Lowry also here. Welcome. Good to have you here now live as well from Australia. So good to have you here. 75 people watching during the day. I know, right? What's everyone doing? Wouldn't be Coinbase high. Will be eventually be taken because there's a different high. Yeah. Probabilities are also just higher to take the high. Look, if you're going to pass this white line here, I'd be looking for the high. The trend is your friend. Wait, was that? Yes, agreed. The trend is your friend till it's not. Got a swing failure pattern? Yes. Over here at the lowest double bottom. ABC flat. Post probably 69K before Christmas. I don't think so. I mean, at this rate. But yeah, not yet thinking about those numbers, right? Take it step by step. I bet that Moon Boys are already talking about 500, 1 million, 2 million Bitcoin. Oh my God. Oh my God, you are missing out. Oh my. Look at my $15 million trade. Yeah, nice. Gotta love the Moon Boys. So let everyone be happy. Then snap everything back down. Yeah, so a scenario actually shared in the high time frame video, which is interesting, I think, is the following one. I think I even have to go to the weekly. Yeah. Let me find it. No, wait, that's medium time frame. Let me find the volume profile. Where is it? There. This is the volume profile of the range there, no? And then high time frame bull. So this is something for the bullish. We have both bullish and bearish scenarios, right? Let's make that clear. But in the bullish scenario, I think this would be very interesting indeed. Because this has been such an important range, and this is such a great volume profile as well. Resistance here, right? Grinding towards the point of control, POC I wanted to say, but we pass it relatively easily. We still got the value area high, so how nice would it be to range in here, right? So move up, find the resistance, move down, maybe a little bit of a, something like this, like a bit of a fake out, but eventually go back to the downside and then potentially up in the bullish scenario. I think this is a rather interesting scenario. This wave 2 went to the 0.382, taken from the low to the high of 1. Yeah. less common for a wave 2, but a target nonetheless. But it's something we have to like definitely not forget, that we had a 382 bounce there. Looks like price is gonna challenge the high. I mean, we already hit the local 886 here, which increases probabilities to take the high. No? After an 886 is hit, by the way, price often likes to return to the golden pocket before continuation. I don't know why, but it's just patterns on the chart. It happens very often. Think about a flat in wave B. A, B, C. Yes. Oh, yes, that's true, Abdul Karam Abunaji. That's actually like, yes, that's the one I actually put on my chart during the analysis in the beginning of the video. That has potential, yeah. And then you're gonna hit the Coinbase golden pocket, which is the 886 on Bybit. Yeah, that's a potential, absolutely. And you have the single prints wick here, the white line. You can count a diagonal, yeah, and a potential ABC. Question is the ABC in? Well, if so, wave C went to the 0.618 trend-based fib extension, taken from the high to the low of A to the high of B, which has lower probabilities because it is a rare target for C to end at the 0.618. I mean, in bullish markets, and it would be the second time we see it, because here we also had C going to the 0.618. So there you go. Happens, but it's not common, it's rare. And if we play probabilities, right, because as we do in trading, we play the probabilities are usually generally lower for a 618 to hold, and for that to be the low of a wave C. However, as price moved up here, you know, this wasn't interesting, no interest. But the moment you started to create those big bullish CVD divergences there, that is when things start to get interesting. Like here at the lows, nothing is up, right? Not interesting. But then this happens. You move up, some red candles, CVD moving down. Bullish CVD divergences here now. Also here with the low. It continues up. Yellow continues moving down. Continuation in, like there's more and more absorption of market shorts with limit long orders. That was a clear sign to move towards the upside, right? So that's then something that I like to keep my eye on. It gives some more confidence and additional reason to potentially look for longs. No? The move down to 43,400 as 5 waves could be a C. Yes. Wait. 43. Yes, this move down. Correct. And also, this being a potential 1-2-1-2 is now incredibly unlikely because we hit the 886. So either you're then in a 1-2 in the bearish, very bearish scenario, 1-2, and then you get a bigger 3, because this cannot be your like very low probabilities. This is a 1-2, right? So generally probabilities are higher now to take this high, and then we observe the reaction as we always like to do. 50K under the Christmas tree. A Bitcoin. Order blocking creation. Yes, this red one here. Correct, Justin. We'll go up a bit after that. I mean, at the moment, yeah. Right, take this high and then observe the reaction once again. 82 people working hard. But all things funny that 48K will be a tough nut to crack as it is the 618 from the high to the low. Yes. Depends on the time frame or the logarithmic or linear scale, but that is correct. And in general, it's an important area. 48K to 50K is a very important area. What do I have here? Monthly naked point of control, weekly time naked point of control, value area high of the downtrend, some other stuff, but also on a higher time frame, right? Zooming out again. That value area high is at 49.5K here. So that's very like 48 to 50K, right? You take a fib from the high. This is linear scale, right, everyone? Linear scale here. So from the high to the low. And then you can see the golden pocket is on top of the value area high, which adds to the resistance of 48 to 50K, right? This area here. On a on a log scale, we pass the golden pocket, but then you have the 786 there in confluence with the value area high. So yes, it's a important area on the chart, besides of course other more local confluences that I have with my boxes in that area. From a high time frame perspective, it is indeed an important area on the chart. And it will be a tough nut to crack, as he said. Yeah, I agree. We tapped the 886 from the 48.2 high down to 50. Wait. Yeah, but the 48.2 high, I mean, that would increase probabilities to then take the 48.2K high, because the 886 generally increases probabilities to then take the high. But I'm not really looking at the... Yeah, you look for this one. So I'm looking for pulling fibs from the all-time high. But this is an interesting one. What's also interesting about the 886 touch here, nice find by the way, I didn't actually even know about this. I do like to pull them from the absolute highs to the lows. But thanks for sharing, Abaddon, because what is interesting about the 886, right? What I just mentioned. Now this usually, by the way, is the case with extreme highs and the extreme lows. This is like an in-between high, is of course still relevant over here, this one. Is the 886 is touched and at the moment respected. I mean, we're in the middle of the week really. So, we got to be patient. But we might grind below the 886. And if we do, interesting, probabilities remain higher to take the high. But on a lower time frame, price always likes to retest the golden pocket before breaking the highs. Now on a high time frame, like that would be the thing, taking a fib from the high to the low, that would be for me more relevant. But it's something that we can keep in mind. We hit an 886, but then from the in-between high, right? In between the high, all-time high and the low, we got this one here. We hit the 886, we observe the reaction. Possible retest of the golden pocket. I don't know. The golden pocket is in the wave 4 area. Would you look at that? All right, but then you want your 3 and 5 to be in. So we are looking in this scenario for a 5 to finish and therefore a green 3. To then look for green 4 and a green 5. Now imagine the 886 pattern will play out once more with an in-between high this time. That would be quite interesting. Where this golden pocket is in confluence with your wave 4 area. Not bad. Not a bad find. I like that find. I didn't actually check that one. That's a nice one. Yeah, that's a funny one. Miriam, how you doing? Wow, I think this is the first time you catched a live stream, or all the way at the beginning. Like, so for everyone, like, so Miriam is one of the first like people on the channel as well. And regularly you'll see a comment coming by. Of course, not everyone has the time to jump into a live stream. But it's nice to occasionally see people in the comments join the live stream as well, of course. And there she is. Welcome, Miriam. Good to have you around. Santos Sainz, what's up? Good day. I wonder which Moonboy is talking about Bitcoin to 500K. Today, someone told me that, was it Lowry, that the 1 million is already being mentioned. Now, honestly, I don't really talk about, or I don't watch those videos on YouTube, so I wouldn't know. But probably the first target is 100, then 500, 200, 3, 5, 1 mil, whatever it is. Yeah. Dear Wave C need 5 waves. That is correct. A Wave C needs 5 waves, absolutely. Whoa. Sure, it's Christmas. Almost. December month. Yo, this 21 million, dude, He is so lucky. He is so lucky. First of all, Raymond, thanks so much for gifting some people here a membership. That's very, very kind of you. Raymond coming in hot. He's named X. He changed his name, but his name used to be Raymond, which I guess is his real life name as well. So Raymond, thank you for your support. That is amazing. That is also, by the way, the first time ever on the channel that someone gifted more like memberships at the same time. It hasn't happened before, so I will remember that. Really awesome. Thanks, Raymond. And the funny thing is, this the 21 million dude here, or girl, hey, we never know, right? But 21 million was gifted a membership months ago. Like, I don't know exactly what month he was a member for. I think it was maybe like July or August. And he got gifted a membership. So he was part of the member group for a month. And now he's back again. 21 million. Errol Suleiman, Kelvin Tan, Danny Stoppa, and Stuba. Make sure to send me an email. Can I see? So I have no idea what membership it actually is. I mean, so if it's bronze, you don't really have to do anything. Because yeah, it's just more like supportive. But if it's silver, gold, or even diamond, which I can't imagine, but then you have to send me an email. So you got to let me know what it is. Cheese, Raymond coming in hot. Christmas time is coming. Thanks, Raymond. Appreciate the support, eh? That's amazing. Hi, bro. How are you? I have one question. How is your CVD? How I use your CVD. I joined your Discord and I get AGGR. Right. So first things first, watch the video on my channel, but let me go to the Good to Know channel, right? Download the one pager with all the info you have to know. Then click on here, click on the click here, right? Which leads you to the YouTube video I always talk about in my end screen, right? You go to the YouTube video that explains CVD. Download, or then go to AGGR, website is here, right? Download my template, which is the one that I use. You can always use different CVD lines, but this is the one I use. So download the template here. And then, yeah, there you go. Then you can use it. So that's all. And on the channel, you got to search for, wow, such a clickbait again. Videos. Search for CVD. And wow, almost 10K views. Jeez. CVD Divergence Beginner's Guide, how to use da. That's the one, that's the video you want to watch. Yep. That one will give you all the information that you need about using CVD. It explains what you can also find in the one pager, but I guess watching the video first and then watching the one pager is recommended. So you have all the info, and then it's about practice. Scythe Zubar, by the way, thanks for your question. GSLG, could this be the continuation of 3 wave in Bitcoin monthly time frame? A third wave. MT coming in hot. MT is always also often here. On the monthly, a 3-wave structure. Wait, what was the question in detail? Could this be continuation of 3 wave? Wave 3, third wave, I see. So 1, 2, and then eventually a 3, 4, 5, right? That's what he's talking about. Like at the moment, why is the fixed range here? I don't understand why sometimes it appears. Where is it? Okay, anyway. If we look at the volume, if this is a wave 3, we definitely want to see volume moving up. But there's another thing going on, and that is the sub-degree wave. On the monthly, it looks very nice, right? It looks impulsive, volume, meh, right? Little bit meh here. Also, this wave 1 was then higher volume, over here at least. But another thing is that on a monthly, it might look good. The problem is you got to also go to the lower time frames. And the moment you start to zoom in, that is when you are going to start to see the sub-degree count. So, of course, never say never. But if we look at this move to the upside here, can this be a wave 3? Of course. Of course, it can be a wave 3. But that means that if we want to look for a wave 3 on that time frame, then this has to be your 1. This is your wave 2. You're now in wave 3. 50K, minimum target, usually 1.618. Then you look for 4, and then you look for a wave 5 up, and then a retracement. Is that possible? Absolutely. Right? We don't yet have enough info. It's a monthly time frame. And when we look more locally here to what is happening, there's a couple of 1-2s building up. Then you have this wave 3, which so far still has the highest amount of volume, right? So if this is your couple of 1-2s and this is your 3, and now you're like, of course, we're still on a wave 3 of a higher degree, right? That's what I said in the bullish scenario, no? So we're still working on a 3 of the 1-2. So you're still working on, of course, a bigger wave 3, but you can see that the volume starts to slow down. So we can expect a retracement at a given moment. And then the question is, what will the retracement be? No? So we have a couple of scenarios then. 1-2, 1-2 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. But that's very high time frame. It will probably look quite similar to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then instead of all-time highs, you're going to turn around again. So is it a possibility? Yes. Is it something that I'm currently looking for? Not yet. Not yet. Let me pull this down a little bit. There you go. Johnny, Australia as well. How are you doing? GSLG, also 48K is resistance line if you connect 2015 low and the 2020 low. Oh, I see. Yo, I had a bit of a thinking session there. Wait, the 2015 low. My chart actually doesn't go far enough. Not sure if that's the low, but and the 2020, I see. So something like this. Yeah, I never really looked too much at the higher time frame trend lines, but yeah, it's arguably an area of resistance as well. No, it just adds another confluence layer to the area. It's all about finding the confluences. Sophos, how in less than a year that we are looking for 10K, we're now looking for 50K. That's crypto. I know, right? I know. When did I start making videos? The 20th of January this year, which is... Where was Bitcoin at that moment in time? Here. That's where I started making content. In the time before, I was sharing stuff in Discord, and then eventually people started to ask, like, "Hey, can you make a video? You know, I'm interested." And then I made myself a little bit of a plan on how I'm gonna approach YouTube, and this is where I then really started. So you know, I started with a dump. You know, I started my YouTube channel making sure everyone got stopped out, and then since the YouTube channel, we only moved to the upside, really. I don't know, maybe it's a confluence with YouTube channel launch. Another extra layer of confluence. No? For everyone that just joined, by the way, the analysis part was at the beginning. We're in the chatting section. So if you have questions, make sure to let me know, as we are also continuing to observe the price action locally, where generally zooming out, medium time frame wise, 12 hour plus, looking for upside. Low time frame, 1 to 4 hour. We're also, of course, still looking for this high to be taken at a given moment. On the micro though, not so sure that this is your low, and we move up. The potential for an ABC is there, yes, but this would be the 0.618 trend-based fib extension taken from the high to the low to the high, also on Bybit. And you hit the 0.618 on Bybit, not on my chart, but I have this big wick here. And the 0.618 is less common for a wave C. So yeah, I also like, and besides this, the fact that I have this wick and other charts, you know, don't have this random wick here, increases probabilities to eventually fill the wick. We also have, looking at support resistance, I suppose, with my target areas. This is an interesting area. Here, I don't have anything. Like, and I do like pivot points, important turnarounds to be made on top of target boxes. Because I don't know, the probabilities are so high, like, or I should say, are so low for a important high or low to be made, not hitting the box. So it's always something I do keep in mind. Yeah, Raymond, mate, crazy stuff. Thanks again. Marie-Louise Hennes. Marie-Louise, French maybe? Bonjour. Baguette, trottoir, toilette, 58k to 63k in the next weeks for Christmas. Would be interesting now. I mean, Christmas, but that would be very high still. Of course, if we continue up this rate, but at the same time, I mean, the latest move up is with the highest volume locally. But I'm not yet thinking about all those numbers. I guess I'm more of a realist instead of more like a dreamer person. I look at the chart and gather my information there. We do have the highest amount of volume in the latest push, increasing probabilities that we still, you know, we can have some ranges, 4, 5s and whatever not, and look for higher prices, which is the higher probability. But going 58k to 63, it's too high for me. You know what I mean? It's too far away. I prefer to keep an eye on what happens locally. Now, in the scenario shared earlier, 48k to 50k is very big resistance as well. So by Christmas, which means, well, 2.5 weeks basically, would be quite insane. No, I don't really see it happening at the moment, but you never know, I suppose. XX88, it's a 3 or 3 or 3 or 3 or 3. It's a 3 over 3 over 3. Depend, like you got to mention the time frame. Are you talking about the, let's say, like 12-hour, 4-hour, 1 hour, or do you mean monthly and then 4-hour, 1 hour? So because we are still in a 3, also in the medium time frame scenarios I shared in the morning video. Right. Or in a wave 5, but you know, the higher this goes, the lower that probability. But still, where is it? So this is one, right? Here you are in a wave 3, yes. Volume lower. But the further price is going to push, the lower the probabilities become that this is a wave 5 here, because it gets too big. Wave 3 is already extended, and then your wave 5 is also extending, which lowers a bit of the probabilities. But again, in bullish market structure, it happens, no? Or you're gonna have a higher time frame wave 5, so higher degree wave 5, and then you get your rejection, you move down. Hi from Paris. My mom was in Paris last weekend. Actually, like the one before, so 2 weeks ago. She is French, and she was there with a colleague. Nichu. Yeah, I don't know, probably. Oh. Okay, let me go through chat a little bit quicker. It's him, Raymond Reddington. I don't know. I saw on Reddit where calling out 1 mil Bitcoin this cycle. Yikes. You always have them. 21 million. Yeah, by the way, everyone, make sure to say thanks to Raymond as well. Raymond. Right, like very, very generous. Very, very generous. So 21 million. Welcome, mate. And you got a silver badge to start with because it's your second month. Because the first one, I remember, you were gifted as well a couple of months ago. And now he's back. He's back. He always wins. Card Crypto, I have a gift from X, what I won. X in like, yeah, it's almost like Twitter is here, you know, Elon Musk. But, you know, you're not in the names, Card Crypto. That's unfortunate. Someone gift a membership to me too. I don't know. Like, usually when people ask, is that how it goes with Christmas and stuff? Like, of course, you have your list, right? You have your list with things you ask for. Lucas Otta, I think there was a Moon Boy on radio in the Netherlands not so long ago. Wait. I think I heard about that one. Wait. I think I heard about that one. Where is it? Ah, yeah, here. Bitcoin to 500k. Oh, wait, it's this dude. Who's that? I have no idea. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're trying to do here. Now, I had to speak about GTA 6 and parents and gaming children, which is my background. I'm involved in the gaming and esports industry for 17 years. I was a pro gamer from 2007 to 18. Started playing the game Trackmania in 2006. Became pro, grew my network, ended up on television. I actually wrote a summary. Why am I saying this? I wrote a little summary in the comment section to someone because he was curious, like, how did you end up knowing, like, why do you get invited to radio? Oh, here we go. So, in a nutshell, summary, career-wise, 2006, 2018 pro gamer. First one with a top sport status in the Netherlands. It's like a top sport status, so I could combine my medical study in Amsterdam with my esports career as a professional gamer. No, which usually, like, that's for athletes in the Netherlands. So 2016 to 2020, hosted an esports show on ESPN. We had a couple of tournaments like Dutch college leagues and other stuff, Counter-Strike and things as well. It was called Inside Esports. From 2016 to 2020, founding member, Athletes Commission, and, you know, you can read the rest. I'm a board member of the Global Esports Federation, and I'm just involved with parents and gaming children since 2016. So also the author of a book for parents. So because of my background, I tend to get invited a lot in media. And my first interview was in 2014. And here we are almost 10 years later. And about 350 interviews had now on TV and radio and newspaper, all the stuff. So not yet any about crypto. I mean, I still gotta work hard to get an interview about crypto. In the Netherlands, I'm definitely, wait, we have a new member. In the Netherlands, I'm not yet a Woestis. Elliot, wow, yeah, nice name. Elliot Pippin. Welcome, man. Good to have you here. Welcome to the Golden Team. Send me an email, as mentioned in the video, with your Discord username, YouTube username, and if you want Telegram, I mean, it's the same between Telegram, Discord. Some people prefer the one over the other, but most happens in Telegram or in Discord. But yo, Elliot Pippin, welcome, man. Thanks for becoming a member. It's like, so gold is the Elliott Wave course, basically. I mean, if you can get through the videos in a month, which should easily be doable, probably even a week or 2 weeks. Yeah, you learned everything I know, and you need to know about Elliott Waves in a month. But welcome here, man. Elliot Pippin. That's nice. Elliott Wave fan made his name on. Maybe it's your real name. Who knows? That would be really fun. Good to have you here. I out of nowhere saw this. You're welcome. Little Christmas gift. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Johnny, I see so many non-Elliott Wave news watching simpletons talking about if we get above 48k, bear market is confirmed over. I expect to see some fuckery around that area. I have no idea who they are following. Yeah, me too. It's like, what I'm looking for is greed. I want more greed. I want more FOMO, more hype, right? And the moment your dog, your grandma, the person behind the desk at the supermarket is gonna talk about, hey, did you just buy some Bitcoin? Because yeah, that's the moment I'd be looking for a drop again. Typical emotional roller coasters. So I agree. 48k, 50k is big resistance. Theoretically, we still have to wait what happens if we get there. Can you show me the bearish case where we can go higher, but still bearish? As everyone is bullish, time to think a possibility. Can you show me the bearish case where we can go higher, but still bearish? I guess you're talking about a higher time frame here, but that would be an ABC, no? Where is it? Wait, that's the macro high time frame. So there's quite a big difference between the linear chart and the logarithmic chart, which you will see in a second. So we are in the wave C target area here, as you can see, of a potential ABC on the linear scale. On the logarithmic scale, however, your target area moves to 50k. Another reason why that 50k area is important resistance. The log target, the 1-to-1, is at 50k on the log scale as well. So this wave Y is pretty much like doesn't make really sense anymore. So I can actually remove this. But yeah, you're then looking for an ABC, which then still means like you're looking for an impulse. An alternative is that this is a WXY double zigzag. So then you're going to be looking for A, B, C, and then down in the bearish scenario. So you asked specifically about the bearish scenarios. Of course, with the daily updates, we always look both sides on the high time frame. We always have both scenarios. And then we have the probabilities, right, for a move up and a move down. But your question specifically about the bearish scenario on the high time frame, that would be this. And then on the macro, you have to go to log here, really. Golden pocket point of control on the logarithmic chart has been passed, right? And then 4850K is 786 value area high. If I turn log off, then you can see the value area high now is in confluence with the golden pocket. Adding all that confluence around that 4850, 51K area, right? So that's an important area, and that's when you would then be looking for a move to the downside. But locally, the count doesn't change because the higher probability at the moment would then be an ABC, and the C is a 5-waver. So from the low here, you would still be looking for a 5-wave structure. Bullish scenario, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another high to be made. Bearish scenario, you're going to finish your 5, and then down we go. No, so in the bearish scenario. Yes. Just wondering, bronze is good to give away some. I mean, I guess. Look, no. It's my friend. It's okay. It's. Look, this is perspective of creator versus the person receiving. Like, as a creator, of course, it helps. It's very thankful for the memberships. Like, this is incredible. First time ever to have multiple gifted members. But the bronze level indeed doesn't really do anything per se besides helping the channel, as it's like the support level, and then silver and onwards is the updates and all that stuff. Yeah. Is that like an option you can switch on? No, I can't. I don't know. I don't even know how gifting works. Show your support for Koens. Wait, how do I know? So why does it automatically says bronze here? Let me change. So what I'm gonna do, everyone that's here, send me a mail. you guys, send me a mail. 21 million, Errol, Suleiman, Kelvin, Ton, Danny, Stopas, Tuba. Send me a mail. Send me a mail. I'll jump you guys in because you got gifted, but you apparently you can't even choose. I have no idea how to change this. I'm such a noob. So how does this work? And then you go to credit card details and stuff. Yeah. Oh fuck. Damn it. I have no idea what I was gonna open. I don't know if all my details are there. So send me an email, all the gifted ones. Send me an email. I'll put you guys in silver. There you go. Sorted X. Raymond. So that's sorted now. Are you looking at X? If then STX on a monthly, weekly, and daily? Not really. Usually I focus on Bitcoin. I do tend to sometimes go over altcoins. But yeah, now of course we're in the chatting phase of the stream where I can arguably have a look at some altcoins sometimes, but usually, once you have one altcoin, you get 10 others. So let me at least let me write it down. So if I am up to date with where am I going to put it here? STX. Monthly question by Kai-Fi. Okay, there we go. Upsa. Okay, wrote that down. Bull devs in the making. Yeah. At the moment, higher low, lower low. I would like a bit more structure. We just missed out on... So generally, the probabilities, of course, are high to now take this high because of the 886 touch we have. By the way, did we again retrace to the golden pocket? Did it happen again? Almost. Oh no, it did. There we go. We don't talk shit here. So, when the 886 is hit, price likes to go back to the golden pocket. And then based on what we see here, we have some bullish CVD. We can expect the high to either be taken or after an 886 touch, any move down has a higher probability of being a wave C or a wave Y, which increases probabilities that then later you're going to come back up and take that high. But it is very common to hit the 886, go back to the golden pocket, and then potentially move up. I don't know why. It's a pattern that over the last weeks, it's very noticeable. Wave ABC correction. So you are correct, Blaster. 33. You are absolutely correct. Miriam, wave ABC correction from 15.4 until now. Yes, potential has 5 waves. It's completed. Wave B, it's not a flat because wave C now has 3 waves. Well, wave C, of course, needs to have a 5-wave structure. Wave C can never be a 3-wave structure, of course. So wave ABC correction from 15.5 until now. ABC correction from 15 to where price is now is counted as a wave A in 5 waves. So then wave B is not a flat, but it has to then be a wave 4, I guess, in your scenario, because wave C now has 3 waves. Yeah, I kind of understand what you mean. I mean, wave C, of course, looks very 3-wavy. When you look at this, right? I suppose. But here you have then your 1-2s. And this is where you start ranging. A couple of 4-5s till you get a bigger 5 up and then a bigger 4 again and a 5. So yeah, it looks 3-wavy. But this can be your double, triple, quadruple 1-2, couple of 4-5s, right? Creating the range, and then you move out again in a wave 5. You move out of the range for a higher degree wave 5, And then either that's the end and you go for a bigger corrective structure, or you go down for a 4 and another 5, depending on the degree of this wave 5. I think that's what you mean. With wave C being, it looks 3 wavy. And what you say is true as well. I think we're on one line. I'm trying to understand as good as I can. But the higher price goes here, the lower the probability it's part of a wave 5, because your wave 5 is going to extend too long. It's going to be very, very long wave 5, which can happen in an impulse, right? Wave 5s can be very long. They can shoot past the normal targets of a wave 5. That's absolutely normal in a big market, in a big push, big impulse. But of course, you don't want to see it go too far, because then it's lower probabilities. It's going to be a 5. But at the moment, it's still okay to count it that way. So I think that is what you mean over here, that your wave 5 starts to be very long now, which is definitely something we're going to keep an eye on. Absolutely. Absolutely. 48K resistance, yes, 48K is for sure resistance. 48 to like 51, that's an important area for sure. Miriam is also good in Elliott Wave counting, by the way. I'm not sure if Miriam is in Discord, but sometimes she shares like in text scenarios in the comment section. Nichu, je parlais croissant. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? That's the one I always know. Now, I can speak a little bit of French. My mom is French. I've not been raised in 2 languages, but you do pick up some stuff. 48K to 40K, then move up to 4, 5. 48K, 40, that's 4, then 5 to complete third wave. Potential, yes. Potential and then the thing is, if we're looking for such a shallow wave 3, then after the all-time high, you're going to expect a big retracement. And that's not really something I'm currently keeping an eye on. Like, then you would have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe not all-time high. Then you get a big retracement, yes, and then move up. Because I think the moment you're going to move above 69, you move, right? I don't think you're going to come back. So in a even more bullish scenario, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if that is your wave 1, right, that would be most bullish. Because then you get a big 2. Yes, you do get a big market move down. But if you can count 5 waves here, you will expect a big move up again, which is then a wave 3. And your wave 3 targets are going to be very high because your wave 1 is so high. So the longer a potential 1 would be in that bullish scenario, the bigger the targets are going to be for your wave 3. So yes. And another thing that I like to see, I think I spoke about it in the cycle macro high time frame video, is I want to see people getting scared. I want to see fear. I want to see all those emotions. As price is pumping, what do we see? Hype, greed, excitement. Everything is fine, beautiful. Oh, wherever I buy, it goes up. I'm still in profit. Oh, look at me go. What I'm looking for from also an Elliott Wave perspective is this, like quick moves, where eventually, we can continue, we can hype, we can greed, we can, everyone jumps in, buys a little Bitcoin again. Not here. No, they don't buy here because they're scared. They buy at the high, right? They buy here. That's where people buy. Not everyone, of course, right? But people talk, people buy, people sell on the way down. They don't buy here because Bitcoin is shit. And then, oh, wait, did you hear? Bitcoin has reached 44K. Oh, really? Might have to buy something again. So what I would like to see is a big move down eventually, like quick, big zigzag potential. Zigzag would be the best, as a zigzag can scare people, right? Same with a quick move down. So this scenario is something I keep my eye on. this together with this. So it has potential, right? This would be a bigger one. Finished. Wait, this is the scenario you explained. Well, I didn't know. I wasn't thinking about my count. So yes, you have then your 5-wave structure. Right? 5 waves. One is finished, and you get a quick, big move, zigzag, preferably in a wave 2, where people get scared again. Oh fuck, we're back in 30k. I bought at 50, expecting all-time highs. You know. Moon boys, oh, all-time high is gonna come. We're gonna push up, and then tuck, wreck. Stop losses, hit. People get scared and then move up. Yeah, that would be most interesting to me. Interesting, probability-wise, we'll see what price is gonna form, right? But that scenario definitely it's on the cards, no? Else I wouldn't have it on in my folders as well. So, yeah, definitely potential. I share my views in your Bitcoin TA Discord. Akawaz, bro. A, B, where's your C? Wait, B, C, oh yes. I would recommend using the object tree, but that's just structure. So yeah, it's a clear chart nonetheless. So you have a potential A, B, C, but at the same time, you also have over here your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. And you have an even bigger 3 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, so you count this as a 2. So I wouldn't, so probability wise, let me put this on a chart, might be very small for people, where this higher 1 and this higher 2 is, look at your 2 here and look at your 2 here, right? If this is your highest degree, 1 and wave 2, most commonly, they're the longest. It's very rare for the second wave 2 to be so much longer than the first wave 2. So that's something that I would change. But your A, B, C, or your bigger white 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is something that's on the cards. Yes. So I wouldn't look at the personally, right? But everyone has their own different scenarios. Then you have an even bigger A, B, C, but then you need a zigzag. So this wave A has to be 5 waves. Because your wave B is too high. If your wave A is 3 waves, your wave B needs to retrace to at least a 0.9 retracement of A, which basically means 17k, 16k, or 18k, or somewhere there. Because you need a flat. Which is a mistake you see relatively often is people counting an A, B, C, but if a 3, 3, 5, right? But if your A is 3 waves, and your B does not retrace to the 0.9 fib, your wave C, you can't have an ABC. It's not a flat. It's incredibly rare to get a failed flat, which I won't go into. But generally, you should think, okay, it's not a flat. There's other scenarios that are always more probable. So then you have to look at a WXY, or maybe it's a triangle, or those type of things, right? Which will increase in probabilities. But it's a nice scenario. Yeah, the ABC has potential. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 also has potential. Yes. Counter-Strike, I know, right? AWP. I played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 in the past, like old days, guys. That's the one I have on my desktop still. Nithula Dul one. Johnny creating his own his own gifts here. Hey, John, thanks so much, John, for sharing or for gifting. Look at you go. Sometimes I just can't believe Bitcoin went from 25 to 44k in 3 months. Crypto, baby. It's crazy, eh? It is, especially compared to other stuff. How can I... wait. How I can move CVD on the chart like candles... You can't, you can edit the CVD in position. So if you want to move CVD up or down, you go to resize. So look, you saw what I did, right? Oh, wait, you can't. Wait, 1 second. Moving CVD down here. Do we have any news? Have a quick look. Yes, on Friday. But for your CVD, click here. Go to your 3 dots. Click on resize, and then you can resize where you want the CVD to be visible on the chart. Then you click on save position, and there you go. That's how you can resize CVD on the chart. But you can't, like, other than that, you can't move it, right? You go to different time frames. The CVD will, of course, adjust to the time frame. But yeah, that's all you can do. Yeah. Yeah, it's the gifts. All good, all good. Thanks, Raymond, first of all. Lucky people indeed. Christmas month, December month. Afternoon. What's up, TXM? How you doing? By the way, TXM, if you have any recommendations based on your message in Diamond earlier this morning, make sure to write them as well. I think we're going to do a chatting session and then discover what we can do as well. Very, very interesting. Jen Hartle, X, that was very cool of you to give. Thanks for adding some fun and joy to the day for everyone. Yeah. First time ever. There you go. 6th of December, the day after Sinterklaas, which is also a party, I suppose, celebration day in the Netherlands as well. No, I mean, wave C from ABC now has 3 waves. So wave C just need 2 waves. I mean, wave C. Oh, so it needs 2 waves more. One second here. Wave C from the ABC now has 3 waves. Arguably talking about this wave C, which then needs another 4 and 5. Are you in Discord, Miriam? Else I would love to look at a screenshot. Wave C from ABC now has 3 waves, so wave C just need 2 waves. I don't know what time frame do you mean, Miriam? What time frame are we talking about? Let me have a quick look to the. Is she still here? Okay. I scroll to the bottom, so I'm gonna keep an eye on. What you mean. Wave C. What price level is your wave C starting from? Is it starting from 24K here, and this is your C, and then you say wave C needs 2 more waves because now it has 3 waves potentially, or is this? No, this would be ABC. It must be somewhere here, I think. We're at D618 from bottom to top. Yeah. There's 2, actually, like we're either not there yet or we're already past it. Because on the linear scale, we are not yet there. And on the log scale, we already are above the golden pocket. But yeah, 40 to 50K is big resistance. But would be nice to have a wave 4 retracement first before going up. But we'll have to wait and see what happens there. I want to see fear, I want to see greed. Freddy Krueger's new Christmas song. It's going to be a killer. I might have to write his lyrics. Liquid Mafia. That example count from the lows to complete a low time frame. 1 wave. Wait. Yes, it... The example count from lows, okay, 15K to complete a low time frame wave 1. Where's the wave 2? Didn't even hit this 302, 49K, completing a 1. Makes sense, but that's only 1-to-1. Another 1.618, which is 79K. Wait, let me put you to the other chart here. And go to the daily. Oh wait, your wave 2, that's here, my friend. Or arguably an extended 1, 2 and then continuation, where this is your 4, 5, right? There's multiple ways. Back in the day, we had a count of this over here, but once time passes, it doesn't make sense to keep the lower degree counts on the chart, because then it's just 1. So that, you know, you have 2 ways of counting it. You can have a 1, 2, 3, sideways, 4, 5, no overlap. By the way, this is your 1. No, this is your 1, sorry, double zigzag. So you could have 1, 2, 3, sideways, 4, 5, or you can have a 1, 2, right? And then you're eventually going to end with the same count at the highs here. That's going to be your top. Didn't even hit so this hit, of course, the 382. Or you're talking about if this is your 1 and this is your 2, it also hit the 382, not on the log scale, but it did on the linear scale. I think you are on I think you're on the log. You're not on the linear scale. Is that correct? Because on a linear scale, if you take a fib from this low here to this high, right, and you drag it, we hit the 382 over here. And if you take from the low to the high to the low here, then I mean, we're almost at the 1.618, which is at like 50k or something. Yeah, wow, 50k exactly. Yes, linear. Yeah. So that was the yeah, there's a big difference between the fibs on the linear and the logarithmic scale. Also for the wave C, right? If you look for an ABC up, also big difference there. Absolutely. No, it's definitely not KFI. It's a Lamborghini. Joel, when pullback? Depends what time frame. Yeah, on the micro here, we had a bit of a pullback and we're ranging. But that is, of course, something that we keep an eye on the channel. So no one knows what's going to happen, but it's all probabilities, where probabilities now, if we zoom out a little bit, are still higher to move up. Locally, though, I'm not too confident yet that this is like continuation for new highs, where we still have the 30-minute gap and potential corrective A, flatten B, C down, hit the 30-minute gap, then move up. Very interesting. But yeah, we're going to be patient. Oh yeah. So actually funny, in another group in Discord, sometimes someone sends me a screenshot and I give feedback on Ben's count. So I give him feedback, basically. I should maybe make a Koens react, because the problem is that many rules. So I love Ben for how he set up the YouTube channel and how he grew it. Big respect. He was my inspiration to make a channel, from both like a positive point of view, like how he managed the channel, how lean it is, how he does it. I think his success became the problem because he does so many counts that it's more quantity over quality, because a lot of the rules are not respected. And that's, for me, it's a problem. As someone that is very, very rule focused, a lot of the rules with his counts, like the counts don't work. It's not correct counting because it doesn't fit the Elliott Wave rules, which is why another reason I made my channel, to focus on rules. But who he is as a person, how he built the channel, the videos, the content, that's amazing. It's by far so definitely no hard feelings. But from an Elliott Wave core perspective, it's not what I was looking for myself. And that is why I made the channel, so that people can also come to a channel where we really talk about the rules and build the scenarios based on these rules. But yeah, big inspiration. And yeah, I mean, so it was, wait, do I still have that picture? Was it this one? Ah, I see. Yeah. So so you're the 1-2, I don't know, maybe Ben's listening. You can't, right? This is not such low probabilities. The ABC is a possibility, yes. That would be the bearish scenario. That's absolutely fine. Flat in B, yes, running flat in B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a 3, 4, 5. That's also correct. But this first 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and then I would turn that off. And also your ABC here, You can't. But I already explained this, where your B is too high. You can't have a 3 wave in an ABC wave A, then get a B in 3 waves, and then a C. Your wave B needs to go lower than 29.5. It has to go at least to like 20K, 0.9 retracement of low 15K to the high, wherever that's going to be. Unless you put the yellow A on top of your wave 5 in white. If you put your A there, right, then you can have a B that is more shallow, preferably between the 382 and the 886, right? The 382 is a common target for wave B. The 886 as well, most commonly 05786, but the 382 is a common target for B. And then you can look for a C in a 535 zigzag, right? So that is a possibility. But where the A is positioned now and where the B is positioned, it's not a possibility. And also, if this is your wave A, time-wise, he's going to have a problem with time. So if we look for a bigger corrective structure, no? Now a wave B can be quite long. So it's all probabilities. If this is your first move down, then you're going to get a big, again, A, B, C, right? This is then your wave A. Then you get a 3 wave B. Then you look for another C up. You can already see how long it's gonna take, right? And then you get a move down. Is this possible? Yeah, but in the grander or the bigger context, very, very low probabilities, right? That is a count at the moment. That's gonna take months and months and months before that's there. So regarding the linear and logarithmic scale, everything from the daily lower is linear for me most of the time, right? Daily can be a mix, for example, the ABC up, right? But usually daily lower, linear, and from weekly up, logarithmic. New to Elliott Wave. New to Elliott Wave. We like to hear. Been studying your recommended source and it's getting much easier to understand. There you go. That's what I really enjoy hearing, right? Because I always say this. You can go to any paid course. You can learn everything for free. Depends how quickly, of course, certain things, and maybe you want more feedback and stuff. That's fine. You also go to university or to school while you can learn everything in real life, right? It just accelerates something. But the sources I have in my description, those are the sources I used to study Elliott waves. And for me, especially the first one, which is this one, the detailed Elliott wave link, that's an incredible link, right? Incredible website, this one. Okay, except for the marketing. We removed that. This is such a good website, right? It has so much information for you right here. So I studied this and other sources in the description. And you can just, and it's about understanding as well. Some people, of course, maybe watch the videos. They're like, shit, man, what's he talking about? But the more you know, the easier it becomes to follow what's happening, of course, what we're looking at. And that's a source that I use myself, studied it. I have many notebooks full of information, also other sources. And of course, for like everything Elliott waves related that I do, and some of like the 886 and more structured rules, that's where the membership gold comes in, right? That's just an Elliott wave course. And if people finish it in a month, they're a member for a month, and then they go to silver, diamond, or they leave, which is absolutely fine. But I always recommend to just check the sources, right? There's so much information there. So I'm very happy that you enjoy the info and that you use it as well, right? That I finally got like someone also saying like, hey mate, thanks for the sources because I've been using it. That's what we like to hear. Because you need to make sure the count match what the Fed is doing with. I don't look at Fed and real or interest rates, and I get all my information from the chart itself. But nonetheless, rules are still rules. Some rules are more flexible than others. But that double 1-2 That doesn't make sense on his count. The A, B, C, the 3, and then a B, and then a C. If that A is a 3-wave structure, it doesn't make sense as well. Those are just very clear, very, very clear Elliott wave rules. Of course, some rules are, or some guidelines are guidelines and not rules, but you have the rules and the guidelines, of course. So, yeah. And also on the website there, you learn what are rules and what are guidelines, which is good to know. Like recently, the diagonals changed, right? So we have a different rules for diagonals, and some rules went to guidelines. So it's not a must anymore. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I rarely ever watch Elliott waves on YouTube. There's only not even a handful that I keep an eye on. Mathematically, yes, that's correct. Hi, Koens. To what degree do you incorporate Elliott waves in your trading strategy? I always found it very hard to fully incorporate Elliott waves into my trading strategy. Count just constantly change all the time. Well, of course, Elliott waves is traded where you trade the highest, like you trade your preferred scenario till invalidation is hit. And regarding Elliott waves trading, I suppose that if you want to start, you start on the higher time frames. So not on the 15 minutes, but start with counts on the 4, right? And build it from 4, and then eventually with experience you can come down, because you're going to create a plan where, of course, with Elliott waves you have certain zones, right? Certain areas of interest, like retracement areas and that sort of stuff. Now for me, I do have Elliott wave knowledge in my trading strategy, and I can also and actually do trade Elliott waves. Not always, because my personal developed trading strategy is, I've made it for a reason, but it incorporates Elliott waves. But inside the area of interest for a certain wave, I preferably like to look for a more specific area of support or resistance in that big box, because Elliott waves is quite vague, right? You can have quite a big area of support or resistance. So that's why inside that area, I'm looking for more detail. But generally speaking, on the lower time frames, the counts tend to change quicker. So on the lower time frames here, counts just constantly change all the time. On the lower time frames, they change quite quickly. But once you go up in time frame, you notice that the counts don't really change a lot. They change, like, for example, the medium time frame counts, they only change maybe, or get improved maybe once a week, once per 2 weeks. And those are then the 4 to 12 hour time frames. And that's where I would start. And then the moment you start on these higher time frames, that's when you learn more about also Elliott wave trading, what you prefer, what you don't prefer, what you're looking for, what are you going to trade. Like John, for example, in chat. John is a 1-minute trader, and he does Elliott waves, like 1 to 3, 5 minute low time frame. And he does Elliott wave counting on a very, very low time frame, right? So you can definitely count on a low time frame, be profitable on a low time frame, as John proves. But of course, things change a lot quicker, so you need a plan. John has a very clear plan of, hey, I see this move to the upside or downside. I want to see this, and when I see this, that's when I enter. So he has besides Elliott waves, he has an entry requirement. He has something that he wants to see on the chart before entering the trade, and that's stuff that I have as well. So before I enter, I have a list of entry requirements that I need to tick before I even consider a position. If they are not ticked, or I don't see what I want to see, I'm not entering. Now, generally, I'm a very patient trader, so I'm fine with, like, my personal trading strategy, which incorporates Elliott waves but is not Elliott waves. That's the second strategy. My main strategy is personally developed, incorporates Elliott wave knowledge, but it gives me about 8 to 12 setups a month. And of course, Elliott Wave trading, I prefer more like higher time frames. I don't really like. It would almost be more classified as swing trading, I suppose. However, on the 15 minutes every morning in Diamond, I make a setups update, which I call it, where I show what I'm looking for the day and the setups and the rules, and that's and always I include Elliott Wave setups as well. Like just like what am I looking for, right? If this happens in Elliott Waves, then this is going to be an interesting setup. If we do that and that, and yeah. So and you know, on the 15-minute, I also enter Elliott Wave setups that I have myself, consistently. Not every, because if I'm already in a main, like my main personal trading strategy trade, if I'm already in that trade, I prefer to just focus on one trade, one at a time, kind of. Unless there's a swing position and I day trade throughout the time, that's fine. Yeah. So you got to find your way of working with the rules of Elliott Waves and the support resistance areas and entry requirements. Yeah. What is your 1 minute count? Oh boy, I that's John. Maybe John has a 1 minute count. That's his expertise. I mean, let me quickly check Discord here. Let's see. Yo, John, what's up? Okay, let's have a look then. I thought maybe John has a count. Now this range on the 1 minute starts to be quite long for the impulse, potential impulse you have to the upside. So it would make more sense to count it corrective now. This, and not a wave 4, but potentially you get a dip before. You know, you're still at the 886 taken from the high to the low. Any move down has a higher probability of being a wave C or a wave Y, right? Increasing probabilities that even if you go down, you go back up. Because probabilities are lower, this is another 1, 2 down, because the 886 is a very rare target for a wave 2. And then a potential double like 1, 2, 1, 2, no? So So basically what I am looking for is this high to be taken, whatever the count is. Sorry. So 1 minute counting and stuff, I rarely ever do that 2, 3, 6 bounce. Look, what I'm simply looking for is I usually go 15 min lowest, and if you just pull a fib from the high here to the low, you can see the 886 has been tapped. Now, as mentioned, when we hit the 886 earlier in the stream, probabilities are quite high to then hit the golden pocket and then potentially move up. It's about the reaction you get on the golden pocket, which is important. Now CVD, we go to the 3 minute. We do have some bullish CVD, higher low in price, lower low in yellow. Bullish CVD target is that high, which we are then looking to be taken. No? Some more bullish CVDs here, higher low in price, lower low on yellow. So yeah, it's still the same. Still keeping my eye on taking that high, and then it's about observing the reaction. But at the moment, I like A, flat, and B, C, hitting the 30-minute gap and then up. It's definitely something I keep my eye on, but I want to see the reaction here. Because when you zoom out, the probabilities are still higher for continuation up. But the question, like, of course, that can just happen like this. But I am not yet so confident that's the low. I need to see more, right? Looking at the support area 404, this is your whole box, right? So imagine Elliott Wave trading this. If you put your entry here and then your stop loss at the invalidation, that's a big stop loss area, no? Is it correct? Yes, but I prefer to look for more specific. Like this is about the question I had just now, right? I prefer to be more specific and look for exact like areas of interest inside the general area of interest, right? But then still I have my entry requirements, my rules and everything. So very, very patient trader. Yeah. Like, how does he do it? It's incredible. Like, so many counts. I hope he doesn't get burned out. That then, of course, not you. Like, it's a very shitty situation. But he's definitely he's grinding for sure. Cheers. QZ World. Kap Dikarim Madal. How can I learn? Check the free sources in the description. There's 2. And the book. I think I shared the Elliott Wave book of Frost and Prechter in there as well, which is that one, Elliott Wave Principle. Make sure to get the newest edition, by the way. And wait, that actually makes me think. I don't even know if my link goes to the newest edition. Oh, I might have to check that. So start with that stuff, right? Go through it. And if you want more, like if you want video material or more like engagement and stuff, then the gold membership is the course. It's basically a YouTube course. And if you can finish that in a month or you watch everything in a month, then you're, it's one month member. So Eduardo Lozano Soria, great content, new to your channel. I'm learning so much already. Good to hear. Thanks, Eduardo. And also welcome to your channel. Where you're from? Eduardo, like Spain, Portugal, Brazil, Argentina. Like what area are we looking for here? Or I'm completely wrong. Interesting. John. Oh. Wait. Where was I? I wasn't that far up. John. Stop memeing this guy. So this dude here, Johnny, he's the 1 min counter. Okay, he's the stuff. He's like the guy doing everything on the 1 minute. So at the same time, you know what the thing is here locally, where we do want to see continuation, and that's, we are ranging here for a long time now. Look at the move up, quite quick. But then this is quite long now, no? So interesting. If we take like a fib from the low to the high, you did hit the 236, but that's usually quite a rare target for any count, really, the 236. Not for a wave 4, but for a wave 4, even the 382 and the 05 are a higher probability. So, yeah. Interest, clear areas, or at least interest, right? Clear areas. We still have the bullish CVDs here as well, no? So probabilities remain the same. But if the bullish CVDs get invalidated, we might be visiting the gap, but this looks, of course. Oh, wait. This could, of course, be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If that is, then you don't want to see the high taken. 886 is a valid target, but you can have an A and then a double zigzag A, B, C, C. I mean, that would be quite a messy range. But you first need to invalidate the bullish CVDs, because generally, and I keep repeating this, when you zoom out, right, probabilities are higher to take the high eventually. Whatever happens in the range, or you go down a bit further, no problem. But at the moment, probabilities are higher to take this high, and also probabilities are higher to take that high. You hit the 886, and the 886 automatically increases probabilities to take the high. Because any move down has a higher probability of being a C or a Y. If it would fall and invalidate bearish or the bullish CVDs, probabilities are higher. It's a wave C or a wave Y, meaning probabilities increase to then go back up again. So it's all probabilities, but it's 886 probabilities. Good to know about. Did you see the GTA 6 trailer? Wait 1 second. Hey Koens, can you explain what wave it is when the pullback hits the 886 fib. Highest probability is that it is a wave B or a wave X. But it can also be a wave Y, arguably a wave Z as well. Now the fact it can also be a wave, and by the way, it can happen in a running flat as well. So also a wave C. But then it's about the context. Most commonly wave B or X. Wave Y or C is a lot less common because wave C has to be a running flat, and wave Y usually takes the low as well of W, but it's not a must. And this is the latest where you actually had an 886 bounce, which played out, which continued to the upside. That was here. So we had a 3-wave, right? And then we moved. So, and we didn't come back. That's the latest one. So this was 19th, mid-October, basically. So by far most commonly, it's a wave B or a wave X. And then less common / rare is Y ending there or a C ending there. And then like Z is in general very, very rare because a WXYXZ is very rare in general. So yeah. So the moment an 886 is touched, you're always, not always, I can't say that because it's probabilities, but the highest probability is you're going to take that high eventually. Where also, actually I haven't had like statistics on going down, but actually probability wise, once the 886 is touched, probabilities are generally quite high to move up before moving down. So to just take the high and then we have to wait and see the reaction. Instead of getting a wave C or Y down and then a move up. Yeah, it's actually something that we've been tracking in Diamond as well. So that is why also I say in the content where if you test the 886, it's very common for price to go back to the golden pocket. No idea why. Maybe it's the the breakout traders that buy on the 886, and when you move down, getting scared, or yeah, I don't know. It's liquidity. It's a little bit of an order block. I mean, but very often you hit the 886 and you move to the golden pocket, and this is where you want to see and observe the reaction then. And so far we have bullish CVD divergences that if you want to see downside, you need to invalidate. As long as they are there, probabilities are higher to take this high. And if you take that high, we're going to be looking for that high. Also the moment, another little thing, if you hit the 886 once, the moment you come close for a second time, probabilities increase to just continue, right? So if you do this, that's fine. But the moment you're going to hit it again, like second time, after the golden pocket touch, it's just very high probabilities you're going to move up and take the highs. So yes, all probabilities. We didn't yet touch it for a second time. I mean, we got close here, but yeah, no cigar. Did you see the GTA 6 trailer? Yes. Are you playing any games right now? Barely, actually. I used to be a pro in Trackmania, right? But for 11 years. Jeez. But at the moment, I like my hobby is my work. You know, the gaming industry, being a speaker in that industry, global keynote speaking. I mean, I love doing that. It's a hobby turned into a job as well, and my own job, of course. So my hobbies are my work, and I rarely ever play games because I prefer to work. You know, I prefer to put time in content, in Discord, in YouTube, in speaking, in, I don't know, emails. I just booking progress there and informing people, helping people, whatever it is. If I play games, it's usually with friends because then, you know, we're together and I'm not working and stuff. So, and if we play, a friend of mine has Nintendo Switch with Mario Kart. Arguably, if I play games myself, it's either Trackmania, Rocket League, or Modern Warfare 2, but then the old Modern Warfare. Yeah. Pleasure, QZ World. Ada. I write it down, but we're keeping an eye on Bitcoin for now. I've already studied Gunn, Keltner. I'm now studying Elliot, and my goal is also study Wyckoff. There you go. You will be a person with a rich amount of knowledge. It's what we like to see. I very early in my career got in touch with Elliott Waves, and I did do a little bit of Gone, and I got into a bit of Wyckoff and harmonics, but you know, Elliott Waves took over. That's what got me. So would I be A+ on ESG now? Oh wait. Your social credit score. Do you look at the total 1, 2, 3 charts? I've been asked about them, like I think total 1 or 2 once. It doesn't happen often that people really have a question about the total charts, but I think that sometimes in a live stream we have looked at it. Sikkim MLBB. It's the same question as you put in the comments, but you know, it's 3:15. I actually have to quit because I had 2 hours reserved in my agenda for the stream, which is 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. as I now have to do. I was actually going to improve the thumbnails. Don't worry, they'll stay the same, but I want to improve the green around it, make it a bit more sharp. And then after that, I have to speak tonight, by the way, so probably not an update at 7 p.m. because else I have to shoot it at 5, and it's now already 3, so that's only 2 hours. So it doesn't really make sense to make a new video in 2 hours because of, you know, the amount of price action we have in those 2 hours is very limited. It's 8 candles, so yeah. We know Christine Lagarde is in this chat. She knows what to do. There you go. Analyze Nifty 50 index. Why don't you analyze the Nifty 50? But no, I can't. I won't do that today. Sometimes we have an altcoin stream or other pairs. You know, if people want to know gold and that sort of stuff, I'm happy to do it during the altcoins. And then I also put altcoins in the title. But usually when it's not in the title, I focus on Bitcoin, and then usually chatting is also in Bitcoin. Right? Goedemiddag, mister. What's up? Talk about ADA. So ADA is a coin. And I don't actually know too much about the ADA fundamentals, but maybe there's a company behind it, maybe not. I don't know. I just trade something. But yeah, that's my talk about ADA. So basically what I'm saying, I'm not going to go into altcoins, guys. So you can keep asking, but it's not happening as I got to quit soon. So Matchy HK, thank you for your explanation. I think I was trying to trade on Elliott Wave. I will refine my strategy. Trading on Elliott Waves is fine, but I can recommend looking for areas in the zones of interest of Elliott Waves. So if you know you have a target area in Elliott Waves, what's more specifically in that area, a support resistance, a horizontal, a point of control, something that can add some confidence for an entry. Other than that, I mean, you can also always just trade the zone, right? So you can, I mean, everyone has their own strategy. There's so many ways to trade Elliott Waves. There's not one. You can limit inside a box, right? As long as the risk is normal, right? If you want to risk 1%, and you start for a wave 4, first position at the 236, second one at the 382, third one at the 05, they increase in size, but the total risk will be 1% with the stop loss on the 0.618. If it moves up after the 236, you at least get a position in, and profit is profit. No one like, it's still profit. It's not your biggest position, but look, there's many. You can also enter full on the 236, put the stop loss on the 0.618, have a very big risk to like stop loss area, which of course limits the risk to reward ratio. It's also a way to trade it. You can look for inside the wave 4 area, just using it as an example. Inside the wave 4 area, you can look for specific entries by looking at other technical analysis inside that area. Which is something that I personally keep my eye on, I suppose. Potentially, I can't look at altcoins. I gotta move. So I quickly scroll through and then yeah, he's ultra bearish. I've seen, but we'll see what the chart says. We'll see what the chart says. I also saw that that same video with the S&P 500, which let's have at least a quick look here. Where are we now? Oh wait, I'm not even. Wait. The watch list I never watch. I think this was an 886 retracement that we now almost hit for the second time. So yeah, I saw that video, but oh no, we're not there yet, but you do come up second time. So we'll have to wait and see that how that develops. But yeah, it's very high time frame stuff, and you know, one can say a lot on the high time frame, but I prefer to also incorporate the lower time frames because these eventually make the higher time frames. So yeah. Just joined the Discord group. Welcome, man. Welcome in the group. Make sure to write in the where you're from channel. See where everyone is from. You personally know the Rotterdam area, guys, from Game Kings? Yes. Rotterdam in general is it's a bit of like, that's where quite a lot of different things happen. Probabilities might be playing out here, by the way. Yeah, I know. From the pool with this high here, I've also used Bybit earlier in the live stream to pull from the high on Bybit to the low on Bybit. So the golden pocket here on my chart is the 886 on Bybit. That's good to know. The moment you go above this golden pocket, you take the high on Bybit. So yeah, absolutely. Good comment. It's gonna diagonal 5 potentially. Hey Kun, I would not. Oh wait, you should chart with Bybit. I don't have to do anything, of course. I chart with Coinbase for one very, very specific reason. Because the candles and the wicks on Coinbase work best with my strategy as I get statistics on it. So yeah, there's no reason for me to go to any Bybit chart. Also here, we were looking for the double bottom. So here, it already filled the gap. I don't know what there was to fill, to be honest, because the 30-minute gap here has definitely not been filled as it would be down here. But we did take the double bottom over here, which was one of the things we were looking for. We had the double bottom and the 30-minute gap. What's your view now in Bitcoin? Analysis at the beginning of the video. I gotta move. So have a good speech tonight. Thank you. Great focus, appreciate it. Hey, Largo Caballero, thanks, man. I appreciate your message, and also the one in Discord. My view on Bitcoin today is at the beginning of the stream. Best time frame to analyze crypto, and please make a video how to use the Fib tool better. There's so many videos about how to use Fibonacci. Always from left to right, from high to low, or from low to high. Never from the right to the left if you pull. And the best time frame to analyze crypto depends on your personal trading strategy, as you can be a 1 minute, 50 minute, or 1 week trader. It depends on what you want to do with your strategy. So, okay. Medal in Croatia. Oh no. Okay, guys, I gotta move. That's what we're gonna do. I gotta move because I have to do some work, and then later I have to speak in Drunen, quite close to Den Bosch for the Dutchies here. Unlikely to have an update at 7 p.m., which is also a reason I was online for 2 hours here. Probabilities on the local time frame, of course, higher to now take the, we hit the 886 for the second time now as well. So, probabilities over here locally, high probability to play out. The probabilities mentioned earlier have a high probability to play out now. And then we just observe the reaction, no? As we always do. So, yeah, the analysis, the Elliott Wave analysis is at the beginning of the video for everyone just jumping in. So make sure to check that out. Tonight, 7 p.m. Central European time, no update. That's why I was live for 2 hours, because I have to leave at 5 or like 5:30 p.m. Central European time, which is in 2 hours, 10 minutes. Doesn't make sense to make a video in the meantime. And else it's only going to be, because it's only in 2 hours, right? That I will be making a video in 1.5 hours, basically. So it doesn't really make sense. So the next update will then be 7 a.m. Central European time tomorrow morning. So, yeah. Lionheart, Mr. 16K, Garcia, GSL, Persio, also here. He came in and I got to go. John, thanks for being here as well. And your input, Card Crypto, Crypto Rider, Raymond. Cheers. Raymond, thanks for the gifties. For the gifted people, make sure to send me a message. Send me an email. You got to send me an email with your Discord username, Telegram username, YouTube username, and I'll get you sorted. So yeah, thanks for being here, and I'll catch you on the other side.